Afternoon, chaps. I want to talk to you about the Land Rover Defender that we've got in. Well, we got it in a while back. Remember the blue one, the old style Defender, which had a rotten chassis, looks a bit grubby inside. I put a new battery in it and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, this Defender needed a whole load of welding doing to it, and I actually thought, well, I'm actually going to replace the chassis because it's so far gone. Then I think it probably deserves a new chassis anyway. So I got a guy over to have a look at it. Who's actually a welder. He just welds up chassis all the time. He looked underneath and went, you know what, mate? I reckon I could weld that up. I could weld that up, make it good, put it through the MOT. And this is a recommendation through a friend, actually. So I was like, okay, well, if you think you can do it, price was pretty reasonable, darn sight cheaper than obviously a new chassis. And I thought, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this car or not. Let's go with the weld up. It will be safe. It'll do it, for the get it through the MOT and everything. So long story short, we sent the Defender off to be welded, and then the chap went bloody quiet. Well, he didn't go quiet. He kept saying, I'll have it back with you on Friday. It was before Christmas. I'll have it back with you a week after. So I've been ill this week. So Michelle and I were thinking, oh my God, what is this bloke doing? He's either buggered off and sold it or done something or completely cocked it up or was just useless with communication and is lazy and has just not got round to doing it. So we pushed him and pushed him and pushed him. Anyway, long story short, the car's back here, and it's been welded up. It's got wax all underneath, new front bumper, and it's through the MOT. So I had a look at the MOT. It's on the MOT. The advisories are, I think, a disc or two, some tyres, and at the bottom it says slight corrosion underneath as an advisory. Before that, there was a huge list. I mean, look up the advisories yourself if you want. So it came back, and I went, right, I'll just get in the car, just get a feel for it, because he did something in the clutch because the clutch is all seized and everything. So I said, right, I'll just move it into the thing. So I had to play around. It was dark. I was trying to turn the lights on, and then horn. What horn? The horn wasn't working. So this had just come out of an MOT, and I thought, oh God, if the horn's not working, which is an MOT fail, what am I going to find under the car? Has it been done properly? Are there still holes there? Has it just been pushed through an MOT badly, and it shouldn't have passed or anything like that? Anyway, I haven't looked underneath the car yet because I'm too afraid, but I'm going to take you chaps under the car. I'm going to get the car out. I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to roll the car over it, and hopefully we might be able to get an idea of what it looks like underneath. But I'm not feeling particularly confident about this. But I need it to be safe. I need it to. I don't want there to be any holes in there. It has all been wax-oiled, so it's probably a right old mess under there. So anyway, so we will go outside. We will get the Land Rover out. We'll have a look underneath, and then we'll have a look to see what else we need to do to get the bugger up for sale, or keep it for ourselves. Anyway, let's go. Right, so Landy's over here. So it's bloody windy today, so I've got the old badger's testicle fitted. Lovely. So here it is. Can't see much difference from the outside. If you want to check the advisories out, there's the number plate. But as I mentioned before, when we got this car, the bodywork on this is pretty straight and immaculate. It's bloody good for its age. But there are a few things that we need to do to it. All this grille needs redoing. Oh, bugger me. The lights. Oh, Jesus Christ. Those all seem to be fine. It just needs to be smartened up and look a bit better, really. On this side, we've got the these foot plates here, they're all corroded. They need replacing. The tyres do as well. They're actually an advisory. I mean, they're all cracking a bit, so it could probably do with a new set of boots. Under the bonnet, actually I'll show you under the bonnet a bit later, but what we really want to see is under here. So you can see a load of wax oiling's been done, but well, I can't really see much from that. But we'll tell you what, we're going to drive over it and have a look to see if we can see it through the camera. Inside, just a bit tatty, just minging. Seats are filthy. Probably might put some new seats in. It all needs to come out and have a bloody good clean. Actually, these things are like Meccano sets, aren't they? So let's start it up. Now we'll have a look at the dash while we're here. This dash looks okay. Again, a bit tatty. Radio doesn't really work. That doesn't work. That probably doesn't work. Starts on the button every time, which is great. Horn, here we go. Doesn't work. So this lining also a bit saggy. We've got something keeping what looks like the yeah, definitely just keeping the sunroof down. So that, mind you, it doesn't leak at all. We've had so much rain. There's no water or dampness here, which is brilliant actually. But yeah, the whole lining needs to be redone. Where I find that, I don't know, probably somewhere online. Probably a little back panel to cover all the gubbins in the back door. But other than that, a bloody good clean. Front panelling here is a bit dirty and mouldy. Hey ho, it's a Land Rover, isn't it? Right, let's get it in position and then we'll drive over the bugger. Right, I need to put the camera on sort of like max width out mode or whatever, zoom out mode. Right, here we go. Well, we'll play that back and see what comes of it. But other than that, let's just have a look at the chassis from on this side. So get under it, see if we can see any welding that he's done. There are holes all the way down here. Well, these holes are supposed to be there, I guess, drainage holes or whatever. But there was this side was particularly bad. No. Gravel, knees. Oh. Oh. Well, I'm no chassis or welding specialist, but to me, that doesn't seem to be too bad. But I don't understand why the horn isn't working. Still haven't seen that footage back, so I'll just replay it and see if we see anything. But all in all, hopefully, now all we've got to do is do all the cosmetic stuff, a few bits and bobs inside. It's been fully serviced. The bulkhead is immaculate. It's done about 120,000 miles, and I think I've got a load of service history now with it as well. So all in all, hopefully that is looking good to start tinkering with. Anyway, I'm going to replay the footage and then I'll chat to you in a bit. You can see bugger all. I've just played it back. Anyway, I'll leave it in because I don't know, someone may spot something in there that ain't quite right. Probably a massive sign of an oil leak somewhere or something ridiculous like that. Anyway, so that's kind of our new little project to get up and out the door. Whether we keep it ourselves, whether we move it on. Bloody car trade. We can't keep keeping cars anyway. Right, so yeah, sorry. Short video. Thought I'd show you the Land Rover, what we're going to do to it. So we'll keep you updated with the journey and what we do with it. So anyway, laters.